Welcome back to another episode of the Dutchy and Swoop show, and it's actually a very special episode.
Yes, it is.
We started guest speakers when Dame Beams came in, and now we've got Australian #1 boxer, top 10 ranked in the world, Michael Zerafa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. Fellow Craigieburn.
It's great to have a fellow boxer in the room, as you know.
Boxer,
I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually a pro boxer as well.
How'd you go?
I've had one fight, one loss. But yeah, no, it was a great experience. Anyway, enough of me. We've got a special guest here.
You did really well.
No,
I watched it.
You watched it? Oh, yeah. You'd probably have a fair bit of advice for me. Get fit would probably be the first one. Yeah.
Mate, how you been?
Training hard. I mean, I'm well. I'm fit. I'm healthy. And every day I get to get up and live my dream. So I'm pumped, man. I've got a fight in 4 weeks.
Yep.
And back on Fox Sports in Sydney. And we go for the kill. I fought a guy from Germany who was 19-1, tough for the WBO Intercontinental. I won that, and now top 10 in the world now. So we defend that again next month.
Yep.
And then on to bigger and better things.
And what's training like? You came in, you said you just came back, straight from training to here. How's that?
I'm crazy, man. Like, I think I overtrain. I mean, I've been told by many, the greatest trainers in the world, have told me I definitely overtrain. But I think for me, it's a mental thing. You know, if I'm in the ring and it's the 12th round and I know if I'm tired, I know, well, then, man, he must be on his deathbed because he wasn't doing the things I was doing, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm training 5, 6, 7 hours a day. And at like peak, I'm trying to, push the absolute limits all the time.
That's wild.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And you're 33, right?
Correct, yeah.
So I'm 33 tomorrow, and I cannot imagine training 7 hours and doing a 10K run, you say, every day.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think the body, like, it goes, I mean, you'd probably know from football and stuff, it kind of just, you wake up and just kind of just goes in that, like, autopilot.
Yeah.
Your body just does it, you know what I mean? And, that just as long as the mind says, you know what, we've got to do this, and that, you know, like, I just get up and do what I got to do. But some days it's hard, especially with this weather.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the cold, don't get me wrong, but it's getting to the
Tough.
point
It
where
gets tough. It's tough for footballers to get out of bed and get it done at this time of the year as
crazy.
well. So tell us about who you're coming up against and what it looks like for you and what are the tactics for you going.
So I got a big contract recently with Fox Sports and No Limit.
Yep.
They're actually announcing my opponent and all next week. So I can't say too much on who I'm fighting. But it's a tough guy. It's a good test. You know, he's got a great knockout rate. You know, I think only one fighter out of his whole career has gone the distance with him. So he can punch.
Surely you can give us a clue.
He's an American.
Okay.
Okay. GP.
And he's tough. Yeah. But look, he's coming to fight, and my name team is obviously a world title. So I know he's going to come bring it, and I've got to defend what's mine.
Yeah.
And I've got statements to make. I mean, I'm the highest ranked Aussie now behind Jaya Patea. So, I need to go out there and make statements now, you know, especially with the recent events with, you know, my rival losing.
Yeah.
You know, it's elevated me a little bit. And I mean, you never kick a man when he's down. I feel for him, but you know, it's elevated me that little bit now. So I've got to go out there and make a statement.
And is that extra motivation? Like, I know, you know, you want to face off against Zoo as well, but is that extra motivation that he sort of lost and you've got this big fight coming up in a few weeks? How does that sort of work for you mentally?
Look, not really. I mean, I never wish anyone bad. You know, that's just not in my nature. Despite we only hate each other. Well, for me, I can only speak on my behalf. I only have that bad blood with him when we're fighting each other.
Yep.
When we're not fighting each other, I mean, he's done nothing to me physically, or you know, so I don't hate the guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I actually wanted him to win. You know, as a fellow Aussie, that's what we do. We get behind each other. The sport's hard, as you know. You know, like it's a tough sport. So when we're not fighting each other, I was backing him. You know, to see how it all panned out and turned out for him. I did feel sorry for him. I even messaged his management team and everyone just to say, you know, head up. You know, should be proud.
Yeah.
And everyone freaked out because they're like, you know, Zerafa giving Tim Zoo some love, but you know, like it was hard to hear. I mean, I've been in that situation and it's a shit feeling. You know what I mean? So I wish him well, but it has elevated me, you know, because now they're talking about me being the A side, you know, where I was always the B side because of that last name, you know.
Yeah.
I've said it since day one. I truly believe I beat him. You know, styles make fights, and he hasn't done the things I've done. You know, I've been in there with 11 world champions and some big names, you know, and I've had to go there in their backyard and fight them, you know, Cal Brook and all these Lara and all these guys, you know. So, yeah, like I said, for me, I'm just excited for what's to come. You know.
Do you think now that he's had a few losses in a row, does it take the edge off a potential fight or the rivalry in general? Is that something?
It's made it bigger.
Obviously, you both you reckon it even
It's
bigger?
made it way bigger now. You know, at the start, they reckon they would sell out 50,000 in attendance. Now I reckon it's close to nearly double that because when they said Zerafa Zoo or Zoo Zerafa, it was always I was the B side.
Yeah,
it was always like you know, like he's gonna get smashed. Zoo 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 Zoo. Now that they've realised he's not as good as he actually is, you know, and I've been calling this for years, you know, to see that he has fallen short 3 times in a row now, people are starting to realise, and they're like, well, you're right. He actually, you do take away that last name, and you do take away what, you know, that legacy of Zoo.
Yep.
You know, and he's beatable. So now people are turning around and saying Zerafa beats him. You know, he's the more experienced, he's the bigger guy, the bigger puncher. He's been in there with bigger names. So the tables have turned a little bit, you know, which, I mean, it's good for me because I copped a lot of, I still to this day still cop it, you know, because we were meant to fight 2 years ago, and the fight obviously didn't happen due to, you know, my old team and whatnot. And I was dramas for, you know, a lot of dramas in that situation, but it was a pill I had to swallow, and just, something that time kind of heals.
Yep.
And no matter what I said, no matter what I did, it didn't really change anything. So I stopped trying to do that. And I was, you know, live on Fox Sports on the biggest platforms, you know, like I just had to kind of just cop it on the chin.
If you had your time again, would you have done anything different during that period?
100%.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably I don't regret anything in life. You know, people say to me and they say, do you regret anything in your career? I said, no, look, you know, it's made me who I am today. But if I could go back and change one thing from the get-go, would be certain people I surrounded myself with.
Yeah. Yep.
And, you know, this is what I tell all these guys when I say, oh, can you give any advice to these up-and-comers? Yeah. I say, keep your circle small.
Yep.
That's the key to success is because, I mean, you'd probably know in your career, you were the peak, an absolute gun, you know, but you got everything. We call them backslappers in boxing, you know, Zerafa, or, you know, or.
Yep.
And, you know, I give the analogy of a mountain, for example, you know, I say a boxing career is like a mountain. At the bottom of a mountain, you can fit hundreds of thousands of people, you know, but as that mountain and that journey takes off, it gets steeper and steeper. And at the top of the mountain is where the journey ends, and there's only room on the top for maybe 1 to 3 people holding on, hugging, you know, holding on as tight as you can on that top of that point, you know. Yep. And that's the career. And I had management, I had massive contracts with overseas, and I was a superstar, you know, and everyone was just taking money off me, and I was losing millions, you know.
So that would be hard to find people that you trust in an industry like that, isn't it? Because, I mean, in any sport, it's not easy finding the right manager that you can trust, and because there's money on the line, there's PR, there's, you know, everyone wants their slice of the pie, don't they? But in boxing, it seems to be next level.
Man, it's crazy. And there's so many, and I hate to say, there's so many like snakes in the sport, and it comes from the people that you think are your best mate. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was losing millions, you know what I mean? And opportunities and sponsorships. And I was like, fuck, you know, I got to reassess here. And then I literally made my circle with, you can count them on a hand.
Yeah.
You know, I've got
the way to do it.
I've got my missus that, you know, does my management.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like doing emails and phone calls, and, you know, because a manager, I tell people in boxing, it might be different in other sports, I don't know, but in boxing, a manager, all he does is talks to the fighter, and then he hangs up the phone and then calls the promoter, and then calls back the fighter, and you got to pay him 25%.
Yeah.
Just the promoter called the fighter. You know what I mean? Just cut out the middleman.
Cut out the middleman. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's almost like in footy is to a certain degree it's similar, because let's say it's 4 or 5% for your contract. Yeah, they do the contract. It might be a 7-year contract, and so the negotiation might go for 3 months, and then he gets a clip for the next 7 years on something he did 7 years.
4%'s great. We 7 years ago. We're going to pay them 25%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So, but that's what I mean. Like, you're calling me to then hang up to then call you, and then you call me back. I'll just speak to you.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay you 25%.
Yeah. And you found that's working better for you?
So much better.
Yeah.
You know, when you cut out the toxic people and you know, because I say this too, like if someone's on a holiday, for example, they're not worrying about Michael Zerafa. Yeah. Like if my manager goes, if I had a manager and he was on holiday with his family, and his wife and his kids, he's going to care about Michael Zerafa. He's out there, you know, or he's out for dinner. He doesn't care about Michael Zerafa.
Yeah.
Or anyone that they're managing. You know what I mean? So I got rid of that person, and I just now stick with my small little team, and Yeah, it's working.
I think that's the way to do it. Look, I want to touch back on the zoo, the fight, or the what you want to sort of do with that. How much of it is wanting to sort of end that legacy of him and the surname, or is it more about building your own legacy even up more, or is it 50-50?
It's neither. Okay. For me, I've manifested this fight since day one.
Yep.
For me, it's that moment of getting the microphone and saying, "I told you."
Yeah.
I told you this years ago. I told you I'd be here, and I told you I'd win. And I've replayed that in my head. I can't even. I wish if I said 100 million times, you'd think, I reckon even more.
It's somewhat a big motivational why in all sports is trying to prove people wrong, isn't it? I was always like that as a footy player. Oh, he's not quite good enough when you're young, and you're just always trying to prove people wrong. And when you make it, it's just such a rewarding feeling for yourself.
Well, for me, it's more as much as for others because I've had so much crap along the way. It's more for myself, I set a promise to myself that I will beat him, and I know I can beat him. Styles make fights, and I said it since the get-go, and every time I said it, and I did it with Jeff Horn, he beat Manny Pacquiao, and I envisioned the exact same way, and I said the biggest mistake he made was sign a contract. And they said, but Zerafa, you can't beat, he just beat Manny Pacquiao, 9-time world champion. I said, get a hot dog, get a can of Coke, buy a front row ticket. I said, I promise you now, I'm going to knock him out. Same thing happened, 9th round, I stopped him. I grabbed the microphone, I said, why are you all surprised?
Yeah.
I said, I called this 12 weeks ago.
And you put those type of situations you've been through later in, like obviously in the last few rounds of a fight. Do you put that down to your work rate at training? Yeah.
Well, because I say, man, I'm not the best fighter.
Yeah.
There's guys out there that have got better skill, or I just put my work ethic, man. Like, if I'm out working all these 20-year-olds, 33 years old with 48 pro fights, and I still feel brand new. You know what I mean? Like, it's tiring, don't get me wrong, but I still feel fresh. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, you're getting on. I mean, the best is yet to come. I'm learning new things every day, that my body can push. And back when I was younger, I wasn't recovering and, having a sports psych and getting massages. Yep. And, I wasn't doing all this stuff because I was like, oh, man, I'm too tough. I don't believe in that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I'm on it. I've got a recovery system at my house. I can just jump in the ice bath and do it all there.
What is your program, your recovery program?
I absolutely hate it. Ice bath's one of those things. Before I start, it's one of those things. No matter how much weight you can lift or how fast you can run, I absolutely hate it. And I'm a big wuss when it comes to the ice bath, and it takes me about 20 minutes to get in.
The lower body fat you are, the more it hurts. So you understand that, don't you? At the moment, I'd be pretty safe.
Mate, honestly, it takes me about 20 minutes. Yeah. I'm sitting there in my jocks.
Did you do hot, cold, or just
straight cold? And I've done my research on it because I used to just train and then jump straight in it.
Yeah.
And they say that's the worst thing you can do. They said you got to train, and then within 4 to 6 hours later.
Yeah.
So I'm finishing my day at like 8:30 at night. Yeah. Jumping in my jocks, just walking out to the garage. And takes me about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
One leg in, no, it's too cold. I'm getting in at like 3-4 degrees up to my neck for 3 minutes.
Any other tricks that you got at all?
I do a lot of I don't stretch a lot, which I should do, but I've started doing that a little bit. I got to a point where I
think it's important with the range of movement, or is it something you're pretty natural?
I feel like I just do it just because I feel like you need to. They got to a point where I couldn't even put my socks on. That's how tired I was. I was like, I got to start stretching. I'm like a 70-year-old here, But now that I've done all this recovery stuff, I think the basics. I found that a lot of people try to do all the crazy stuff, like do this and do that and all the science. And I feel like, look at the Spartans back 300 years ago. You know what I mean? They didn't have all this recovery and have a look at the physiques on them. These guys are taking on countries. You know what I mean? And you eat well, you eat lean, you eat clean, you have your hot and cold. You know what I mean? You don't really need much more than that. You know what I'm trying to say? And sleep's a big one. I've actually always been a terrible sleeper, to be honest. But I can work, luckily, off 4 or 5 hours. If I can get 4 or 5 hours, I'm wrapped.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know any different.
Yeah.
So, I don't actually think I've ever gotten an 8-hour sleep. To be honest, I'm just a terrible sleeper.
Talk about sleep being
the biggest.
Well, that's super important. And I don't know, I'm in bed by 8:30. But I'm Netflixing and I've got a big TV in the room and I'm watching, and then I won't fall asleep till about 12 o'clock. And then I fall asleep, wake up at 2, 2:30, 4, 4:30. So it's always broken.
A bit of an overthinker in life?
Always.
You think? Yeah.
And that's a massive thing. And I've started working with a sports psychologist now, and I overthink everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Like outside the ring, inside the ring, everyday life, shopping, everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like you got it.
When you overthink, you're thinking about, like, am I doing enough? Am I eating
Correct.
enough? Am I recovering well enough? Am I going to get that next fight? Are those the sort of things that you'd be thinking about?
100% and more. Like to the point where sometimes I've got to Google to see, like, just to reassure. I know the answer already.
Yeah.
And I know that when I Google, I'm going to get the same answer. So it's just reassurance
just
for me.
For your mind.
Just for the mind, Like I trained, I think it might have been yesterday, and I trained for I overdid it. And I was to the point where I was like, I'm cooked, man. I need to listen to the body here. I'm wrecked, And I was like, do some top athletes train once and rest and recover? And I knew what I was going to get the answer, but just to make my mind at ease.
Yeah.
I'm always, I just want the best for myself. I just want to be the
Always
best.
looking for perfection.
Yeah.
That's single-mindedness and the thought process of an elite sports person,
100%.
isn't it?
And I know I'm never going to be perfect because you never can. I feel like you're never going to be perfect because you might reach that so-called perfect.
Yeah.
But your mind's like, I want more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll run 10Ks in 37 minutes.
Yeah.
I've always been a great runner, and I'm like, how can I get quicker? I'm like everyone's telling me, like, you're a boxer. It's different if you're running, you know what I mean? As a job, that's your sport. But you're not a runner, you're a boxer. Go 10-minute Ks, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I'm always wanting to do everything at my absolute best.
So I guess it's a pretty good point that you sort of bring up, like how you're in peak physical condition and you're training 7 hours and stuff. And it's pretty well documented that you went through this sort of rough period a few years ago, and you say you're really into like manifesting and stuff. And one, how much is boxing, played in the mind? Kind of like, they say football, if you're 2% off, you're cooked on the field. But how much do you sort of, I guess, train your mind as well? You said you were overthinking and stuff. So with a sports psychologist, how much are you looking after your own mental health?
Well, in camps, 10, 12 weeks, I have a really top-notch guy that works with all the tennis players, works with Nadal and stuff when they're down here for the Oz Open and stuff. And I've built a mad relationship with him, and it's weird just the way he programs the brain. He's like almost like a hypnotist. I don't know, it's crazy. Like he'll sit there and he'll make you close your eyes and he'll just talk you through things. And then when you leave, when those scenarios do pop up in your head or you do have a negative thought, or I never knew how to be present. And that is the key, and I feel like if AFL, any sport, if you're present, you can overcome anything. Yeah. And it's so hard because people are like, oh, I'm present. But like actually being present, like I've mastered.
Yeah, far out.
Like I'm talking present, because if you think tomorrow or something that hasn't happened, you put things in your head and you give yourself anxiety because then you start thinking, what if, or, if I drive here, what happens if that? It hasn't even happened yet. So you're kind of giving yourself anxiety because you're thinking ahead. And if you think about something, even if it was good 10 years ago, you'll still be down about it, even if it was a good point of you, because it's gone.
Yeah.
So I've just really learned how to master being present. And from touching and feeling and even looking at my opponent, just you can hear his heart beating. That's how present you can get. It's so powerful. And it's taken me years.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And a lot of practice. Like I could be in the shower and feel each bit of water hitting my skin.
What's like one quick tip to make people watching this sort of feel present?
So whenever you overthink, like the first thing he started with, like number one session we had was whenever you're overthinking or you find that your mind's drifting, just touch something and start telling yourself how that feels. Right. For me, it was the steering wheel.
Yep.
When I was driving, I'd be like, fuck, my mind would go somewhere and I'm like, oh, the leather, it's tough. And you're not even thinking about that anymore because you're present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you're kind of like rewiring your thoughts.
Yeah. And to the point now where it's just like, oh, what if? There's no what ifs. It is what it is, man. Like my mind doesn't drift anymore. People are like, how do you don't get nervous? I said, I've done the work.
Yeah.
If I lose, it's God's plan. Like I'm going to go out there and give 100% and be Michael Zerafa. And if it's enough, I'll win. And if not, well, wasn't meant to be, and I've just, got a real strong mind now. And I overcome all the adversity and everything that I went through because I was in a dark a very dark place at one point, you know, like I wouldn't leave the house. I didn't want to train. And
around about what period would that have been?
It was after the zoo stuff that all that happened. It was and other things happened in my life as well. But like negative thoughts really did pass my mind. And, you know, I'm a big advocate for like mental health and stuff because I mean I've never been to that fully extent of, you know, but just being down and out. You know, and I see these guys and people say, "Oh, you're not depressed," you know, and it's more than that. You know, I feel like depressed is just a word. It's being lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I've been there. I've
you
been
know,
to the darkest pits.
Yeah,
of my life.
and I feel like
it's bad.
You know, and I'm like, fuck. It's just being lost. Waking up and depressed is the word.
Yep.
You know, but it's just being lost. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? You know, what do I do? And how do I fix it?
And who did you turn to through all of this?
Well, my partner and myself, really. I like the struggle.
Yeah.
I say to people say to me, like, I like it when there's a hustle. And I don't like when there's too many people trying to help me because I don't learn. You know, sometimes I like at the point of that moment, I didn't want to be in that situation, but I got myself out of it. You know, like I found, because you got to find answers. You know, when you're surrounded by people, you can put on a front. And for that hour, 2 hours you're with people, you can kind of forget about things or
create a pathway out of
you know, like
feeling or that situation.
Correct.
And that's part of the journey and instills some resilience in.
Like I like it. You know, sometimes I sit there and I think, fuck, you know, what do I do? How do I, you know, how do I educate myself in this situation? And I like the hustle, man. I like the struggle. I like
this having... like I'm going off the beaten track a little bit, but this is what I get frustrated about with like kids playing football and their parents, and he's getting dropped, or he's not part of the team, or he's playing out of position, or he's spending too long on the bench, and then they're always trying to negotiate with the managers and the coaches to get things on the right path. But that's the good part.
Yeah.
That's the kids trying to get through that.
You'll be a better player.
Yeah, and work out how do I get better? How do I manage myself through this situation and not let it affect me and come out the side a tougher and more resilient young footballer. You would see that probably in boxing and 100% that sort of stuff as well.
100%. That's what I like, you know, not having answers. Because then you got to find the answers. And I don't like when everyone's giving me answers because then it's like, it's the easy way.
Yeah. You played a bit of footy too.
I did play a little footy, I was
apparently you're pretty handy. I
wasn't bad, I was
Greenvale.
I started with Craigieburn and Greenvale. I was not bad. A little inconsistent. My ego got to me a little bit. I was always a good runner and I had a good pair of hands. And
what position did you play?
Forward pocket. And then they'd throw me on the wing every now and then. But I was a good player, but I was just very inconsistent. And being a young kid, I was like, I'm going to get drafted and I'm going to be good and I'm going to be this and that. And
did you have that in you, like potentially, do you think? Or?
I was just naturally talented.
Yeah.
You know, with boxing, I wasn't. I had to learn and get smart and just my natural work ethic with boxing was different. With footy, footy I could, I've always been a good runner. I always had a good pair of hands. I understood the game a little bit, but I was very lazy and I was just very inconsistent. You know, one game I'd go out there and kick 6 goals and the next game I wouldn't get a touch. You know, like it was
that's life as a forward pocket though.
Yeah, you know, and people are like, oh, Mick, you know, you're getting dragged. I'm like, fuck, you know, like I was having a bad game and but yeah, look, I loved footy and then I had a bad injury and just never played again. Yeah, man. And when I tried to go back, I was
how old were you around about that time?
17, 18.
Yeah.
And then I was just too scared.
Yeah.
They called me. They said, "Oh, you want to play in the seconds?" And I'll see. All right, we'll give it a crack. We'll see how they put me on ball. First quarter, I had an absolute ripper. I was on fire, and then I got tackled. And then as soon as I went near the ball, I was just trying to get rid of it, just trying to boot it. I was just too scared. I just didn't want anything to break or go again. So. And I just thought,
that's amazing. You can put yourself through what you've put yourself through in boxing, training, and in the ring against these, obviously, the opposition, the quality of boxers that you've been up against. But then in a footy sense, you felt like you were fearful.
I was scared and like my body, I said to myself, I'm not getting paid for this, you know, man. Like I said, you know, my body was just too soft, you know, because I hadn't done it for like 3-4 years after that with the injury and stuff. Like, as soon as I got tackled, he tackled me and I just laid on the floor. I was like,
I'm done.
His mate just crunched me and I was like, And I'm not a big fella either, I was playing with the seniors and stuff. So they're like, big dudes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. I think I might have actually played. Did you play Maribyrnong?
I was a playing coach at Maribyrnong Park. What year did you play?
Because I'm pretty sure I played against you one game.
Yeah, I remember a couple of Zerafas.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like a cousin or anything as well, or brother?
Daniel, I got a Daniel.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I played when it was my last year.
Yeah, what year were we talking here?
Oh, fuck. What are we in 2025? Maybe 17?
Yeah.
No. That's 7 years.
I finished there, I think 14 would have been.
No, would have been earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, man.
Yeah, there you go.
You're
Full
a gun.
circle.
Yeah. I remember because I was like, you got to tag him.
I was like, no, I'm done. I'm good.
He just left me for dead, man. I was like, who is this bloke? You know what I mean?
How much footy do you get to watch now?
To be honest, I don't, because I used to be into it, So I follow the doggies and obviously, all the old school, school football. And then because I didn't watch it for so long, I kind of just didn't keep up with it. So now it's all these young guns, and I don't really know the players and stuff now. But back in the days, footy was unbelievable, especially because I was playing it at the time too. So I was always involved and stuff like that. But I don't really watch too much sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless like a mate's fighting, or in the UFC, like we've got a good relationship with Volkanovski and stuff like that. Like a Volks fight or something like that, we'll tune in. But I don't really watch sport. I think like once because I'm in.
Obviously, you watch a bit of boxing though, and you watch your.
Not really. No, so I'm a big.
What about when you're coming up against an opponent?
Nah, see, I don't ever watch my opponents.
Yeah. Really? Like you don't study the tape?
Nah, ever. And people say, well, that's crazy. That's shit. I say, well, he's never fought me.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's fighting me, so I can't watch anything of him fighting me, obviously. And him fighting someone else is going to be a different fight to how he's going to fight me because it's not me. Stylistically, it's different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like if I watch my opponent fight you, it's going to be completely different. He's going to do completely different things to when he fights me.
That's interesting. I could probably take something out of that coaching wise. Because you can look at the opposition a little bit too much and not worry about your own strengths.
Yeah, like you drive your own vehicle. You know what I mean? It's like when you drive, and I say this all the time, when you drive, you worry about what you do. Imagine if you had to worry about everyone on the road.
Yeah.
You'd be what's going on? You'd be all over the joint. Just worry about what you do. I'm coming to a roundabout. I've got to give way. The red light, I've got to stop. I've got to go now. It's green. You know what I mean? Like, same when you're boxing.
Far out. I like that.
And you're in control. You drive your own kind of vehicle, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But I don't really watch. I see who he's fought. I look at their resume.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? I look at who they've fought and, he's knocked this guy out, all right, so he can punch. Or, how many knockouts has he had? He's only had 4 out of 20. All right, he's not much of a puncher. Or, you work that stuff kind of out. But to watch him, I don't really watch him.
Okay.
Because if you watch Mike Tyson, for example, now you're going to watch Mike Tyson's greatest highlights of him knocking everyone. You're going to shoot yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You watch Michael Zerafa, you're going to watch me knocking everyone out on my highlights. You know what I mean? So you're going to put false...
Like a false narrative.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So now I've got a game plan. I've got a guy that can punch. He's going to walk forward.
Yeah. Interesting. So
I've got 12 rounds,
Talking about a narrative, you saw Brody's fight with Stephen Baker.
did.
But before,
I did.
This is just a segue. A few years ago, you called out Dustin Martin.
Well, funny enough, I didn't actually. So I'm going to have to touch on that because that actually caused...
fake news, is it?
Well, how it happened was the media.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah,
and Dustin, I've actually met him a few times and whatnot. It actually caused a bit of dramas, to be honest. But,
no way.
Dusty's an absolute beast at AFL, and they interviewed him and stuff, and some media guy goes, oh, what about boxing? And he goes, I'd be the best boxer as well. I could do it all along those lines. And then I can't remember the media guy, but he reached out to me, goes, Dustin Martin just called you out. He reckons he could knock you out. What is your reply? I said, mate, all due respect, it wouldn't last 2 rounds. I said, he's an absolute gun on the field. I said, in my world, I'll knock him out.
Yeah.
Let's do it for charity.
Yeah.
It went crazy. Blew up. Zerafa, Dusty. He's called out an AFL player. I'm like, mate, I didn't call out anybody. I've answered a phone call and,
Yeah.
And if he does see this, I do apologise. But look, he's an absolute gun. You can't take anything away from him. But it was just the media, as they do.
As it
is. You know what I mean?
Well,
you sneeze, they your front page herald saying you got COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I never
suck you into for answering certain questions too. I mean, you would have had that a little bit along the way.
I get it all the time. I'm the villain. I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? Fox Sports, you do it so well. You speak so well. You're quick-witted. You can just, you look good in a suit. You're marketable. Just be the bad guy.
Do you like that though?
It's easy.
Yeah.
You know, at the start it was hard. You know, I'm reading all these comments and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know, fuck.
Yeah.
But to the point now where I'm like, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me, man. You know, like I haven't done anything. People are like, oh, I hate him. Have you met him? Oh, nah.
So who do you compare yourself to as a AFL player, like a Jason Ackermanis, would you think?
Oh, yeah, Naka,
like
yeah. What about him? He cut me off once on the road.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I was like,
bad driver, isn't
he? Yeah, he just tried. What's going on here? Get out the car, I'll knock you out. But he was another beast. But yeah, you know, like, but I mean, Akka, I felt like it was more natural.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, because people see me and they're like, you know, Zerafa's such a nice guy. You read the comments and stuff, and for me, I just.
Is that basically mostly in and around the zoo stuff around that time? Was it before then?
So it was the zoo stuff. It was actually the horn stuff, to be quite honest with you, because they pulled me aside Fox Sports and they said, look, you know, we can't have two nice guys. Yeah. Jeff Horn's the bullied school teacher and he's the nice guy.
Yeah. I
was like, all right, sweet. Okay, I'm cool with that. And they gave me kind of like a bit of punchlines.
Yep.
And then it kind of got out of control because I started getting a little bit hot-headed because of the responses he was giving me. And then his trainer jumped in there, and then before you know it, I was just attacking his whole team, and it blew out of control. And then Zerafa stops him in the 9th round, and I was the new Anthony Mundine. You know, they were getting me half-time in the AFL for interviews, and it was everywhere. And then I kind of rolled with it, like, oh, you got to do it again, you got to do it again. And I mean, I've always naturally been just quick-witted and got good comebacks, and I don't even think of this. Sometimes I watch back my press conference, I'm like, Mick, what are you doing? You know, Jesus Christ, just shut your mouth.
He's just in the moment, though, and you just roll with punches. And
But a lot of a lot of Aussies try to be American. Yeah. You know, they try to be like McGregor, and I just be me, man. Like, I was fighting an Italian guy, tough, and I couldn't understand him. And he was trying to drill me. And they're like, Mick, what do you got to say? And I was just cool, calm, collected. I'm like, I don't even know what he's on about, you know. And then the ring announcer was trying to give me a bit of heat too. I said, but after I knock him out, I'm going to knock you out. I just turned on everybody, and then, you know, Zerafa's turned on the MC, and I can't win. But
that's one thing speaking in media, isn't it? They need a hero and a villain, a good guy and a villain, and then they just play them off.
And that's what built the zoo fight. Yeah. You know, he's the golden boy, and it's the Mundine Green.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I fought Mundine, I knocked him out, and kind of I took that. We're in the back rooms, and I love Mundine. He's our.
You were Team Ellis too to start, is that right?
Yeah. So I've known them for years, and that was when I debuted, and they did a lot of great things for me. And you know, they gave me the space to train at their gym and all that stuff. And grateful for those guys too. And I debuted on their show, and but the villain role just came from when I fought Mundine as well. You know, he brought me in the back rooms. He goes, mate, be the bad guy.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, he made millions doing it. Yeah. He goes, because when you retire. And I've never met a hater. As much as I get some bad comments every now and then, I've never actually met one. Yeah. And he goes, mate, you know, in 10 years from now, there's a new Michael Zerafa. Yeah. It's not like I'm hated because I've harmed an animal or I've done something stupid, right. You know? Yeah. Oh, he's a wanker or he's this, he's that, you know? And it is what it is. But,
I was a bit of a bad guy in footy, wasn't I? Like, everyone hated me, other than Collingwood people.
Yeah, people still see you as a villain.
Yeah, people still hate me, I reckon. Yeah, like, I still get the comments and that now. But you're right, they forget. Like, you get to a certain stage and people forget, and even, you know, like, I remember that day you ran through Brent Montgomery, and I used to hate you back in the day, but you were a good player, blah, blah, blah. But, if I had met him 15 years ago, they would have probably wanted to kill me.
They would have put you in the ring.
Yeah.
And I've learned as well, like, speaking with my sports side, like, what you think in your head is not what's actually happening. Yeah. No one actually gives a crap.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to learn as well.
Bro, it's a big one. Like, what I'm wearing, he probably thinks I look like crap, or my hair.
Yeah.
No one's actually taking any notice.
Yeah.
No.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, like, you've probably walked past the same person in your life 20 times.
Yeah.
And you seen it for the first time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so the mind is it's crazy. People need to understand how strong it is.
Yeah. Like,
it's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
And in boxing and footy, like, I mean, it's similar in a lot of ways to sports. It is played predominantly up. I mean, you got to prepare yourself. You got to be in great shape. You got to tick all the boxes from that point of view. But it is played upstairs, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, 100%. You know,
what percentage do you think is played above the shoulders? Yeah.
I think 90%.
Yeah.
Because in the mind, the body follows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you're hungry, your mind, you go get food.
Of course.
You go and do. I'm thirsty. You know, everything works together.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you can put gloves on a 10-year-old and they'll go and try to win a fight.
Yeah.
But it's what they're doing and, you know, how they work themselves up for that event.
Mm.
You know, and I used to get so nervous. I used to be like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm.
You know, and I'm like, man, I'm sweating and I'd have to go to the bathroom 20 times and, you know, I've got all my gloves on. I'll take my gloves off, I've got to go to the bathroom. Now I don't really care. You know, it's work to me now.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah.
You know, I got to go out there. I got a guy in front of me for 36 minutes. It's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true.
If I don't hurt him or stop him, he's going to do the same to me.
Yeah.
So I've just learned how to, it is what it is, man. And people need to understand not to be scared of failure or losing because I got the most out of my career from losing.
Mm.
All my opportunities came from my losses.
Mm.
And not in like a cringy way, like legitimately, they came from my losses. Like I lost to Cal Brook and then they rang me and they said, mate, great performance. You know, you took the world champion 12 rounds and he's, you know, I'm talking about a Hall of Fame here. You want to fight Jeff Horn?
Far out.
Like I just lost.
Yeah.
And then I beat Jeff Horn. Nothing come from it. I beat Hardman. Nothing come from it. I beat this guy. Nothing come from it. I lost to Lara. Bang, got a title shot and back to top 10 in the world.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? So sometimes God works weird,
well.
man. And I know it's like cringy, you know, like, you know, but what will be, will be.
Yeah. It
Like,
is written.
It's, man, like even at 10 years old, I didn't know it, but there was a world title or a belt with my name on it.
Mm.
There was 34 guys that were going to get beaten by me at 10 years old. We just didn't know about it.
Yeah. That's wild to think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say to people, like, be patient. And I don't have patience.
Yeah.
And I got the worst patience in the world. But it took me 33 years to be 33.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So where do you go here? Obviously, you got the fight in 4 weeks. The potential fight. Let's say there's a potential fight with Sue. You never know. We'll wait and see. 5-10 years from now. I mean, how long is your career going to last? Do you think? And where do you want to take it? And what's your vision?
Yeah. Look, for me, I've still got 5. I've got 5 fight contracts still left over. I want to win a world title, defend it for as long as I can, and then hang him up. I don't want to be that fighter that hangs around and becomes someone punching bag.
So there's no Jake Paul fight in the future?
Well, I've actually met him a few times. He's a good bloke, but
what do you think about that? I mean, the contract fights, aren't they? They're sort of are they manufactured? They look like they're manufactured.
The money that
you know more than me. What are your thoughts?
Look, the money that they're talking, there's got to be some sort of agreement there.
Yeah.
But I mean, he hasn't really fought anyone. He hasn't fought any fighters.
Yeah,
He's fought guys retired or from another sport.
Yeah.
But despite him as a fighter and whatnot, what he's doing for female boxing and stuff like that, because female boxing should be looked at. And I mean, I guess AFL women's is sort of the same. Like, it should, and it doesn't get looked at as the same. And same with boxing, and it doesn't really get the eyes that it should. So Jake Paul's kind of spreading that and giving them massive platforms and.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, which is
the
good.
stuff that you don't see.
Correct, and we had a female that I trained alongside Shanika Johnson, who just won all 4 belts.
Wow.
You know what I mean? A local girl that, he gave the opportunity to. She won, and she won all 4 belts. She's a world champion, which has never been done in Australia. So,
Jesus.
Which is great. This is what we need.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like female sports, sadly, don't get. I don't know, is it recognition, respect? I don't know what it is, but they don't really get.
It's definitely coming up, especially with the AFLW. I think they're in their 10th or 11th season at the moment. So it's slowly building, but it's a slow. Anytime we can promote it and fight for it.
It's really conditioning the public to acknowledge that it's happening and it's improving.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of old school campaigners. And the masculine types. I love their men's footy, but there's no question it is. It is improving, and it will get there in good time. And it sometimes comes down to the PR of it all as well,
100%.
doesn't it?
Well, that's what frustrates me too. The PR things. Like sometimes it annoys me that because of someone's job role, someone doesn't get an opportunity.
Yeah.
It annoys me. Like I've spoken my words so many times, and even like on those panels of like Australian Idols and all these things, like just because this person doesn't like the way you sing, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Who are you to determine my career? Like, because you said no, I can't go be a singer now.
Yeah.
you know, and I give it to them, you know, live.
Yeah.
There's been that many Fox Sports people and where I've had to kind of apologise because I've told him live. I've kicked people out of my. I say I'm not fighting live. I'm not fighting. And if he's in the room and if you want an interview with him, I ain't fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's said something on out of line or, you know what I mean? Like, you got a job today because I'm your main event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm fighting. You got a job. You know what I mean? I don't want you to interview me. Get out of my way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes the PR, all these people, they get out of line.
Yeah.
They feel like, you know, they got power, like a cop or something. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't frustrate me all the time because I'm like, man, you know, why'd you? Or they ring me and they'll be like, can we do an interview? And I was like, mate, why do you want to interview with me? Because we've been on the phone last night for an hour and then you published whatever you didn't even write one thing I said.
Yeah.
Why are you wasting an hour of my time? Go F yourself and you never get an interview again.
Yeah.
And if I see you, I'm going to take you 2 front teeth.
You know what Kane Cornes is doing around the place a little bit
100%.
to a certain degree.
Yeah.
It's all headlines and clickbait and
it's just
trying to draw attention to them and what they're doing rather than what the sport is and what the sporting person is and what they're about.
Well, maybe there's a Brody Cornes boxing battle coming up.
Oh, there's probably one fight I'd win.
You don't get along?
No, we get along all right.
He's just like an
I just disagree with a few of the things that he says.
Yeah, like he gets the platform because of his job now.
Yeah.
And he's a superstar footballer and whatnot and legacy player and what. But now he's in a field where he's got a little bit of a say.
Yeah.
And they use it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And it irritates me. You know what I mean? I get to the point where I'm like, man, I'd like, see you later.
Yeah,
or I'll abuse them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yourself.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, man, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, a couple of things before we let you go. First off, who out of all the Collingwood players do you think would make the best boxer?
Well, I've seen you go. I've done a little bit of work with Dane Swan.
Oh, yeah. Swanee boxed as well in a training.
And he continued doing a bit.
He's not bad. I did a bit of paperwork and stuff with him. And to be honest, I mean, I know you said Collingwood.
Yeah.
But
well, even at just footballers in general.
I did pad work for Fev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He can punch.
Yeah.
If he hits you, you are
he's
getting
a
some serious strike.
Yeah.
He is. Well, not because I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, he is a dead set unit.
Yeah.
Just hits you with every kilo in his body.
Yeah.
And he had his MMA fight, and I was there with Crisp and all the boys there, and it was actually a good laugh. Skillfully, he needs a bit of work, but strength-wise.
But if he just box you on.
We used to get in a spar a bit, and we eventually, and they don't do it, they're not allowed to do it anymore, but we used to put the headgear on and the mouth guards and that. Paul Curia was
he's
star. He could have boxed professionally, no doubt. Anthony Rocker was pretty sound technique, and he was powerful as well, but he's just too big for everyone. And who was the other? Oh, Ben Johnson was actually pretty good too. Yeah, he used to throw him really well, like a left-hander as well. So they were the main guys that used to probably get in the ring, and I used to jump in every now and then, but I was probably the fourth best out of those 3.
I'd have to say you because you're the most experienced. You know what I mean? You've gone out there and you've dared to be great. So my money's on you.
I'd have done it when I was younger and quicker and fitter, in the right mindset for it. And I actually tried it. I probably should have done it when I came out of footy, but you know, obviously when you're going in your first fight when you're 45 years old, it's probably not the smartest thing to be doing.
It might be, well, I'm not there yet, but I mean, I'm 40 fights in now. So, but it's hard. It's one of those sports because in footy, I mean, it's dominantly running and skills and stuff, but boxing is probably the only sport where you need everything. You know, you need a run, you need a swim, you need strength and conditioning, you need a box, you need a spar, you need you need everything. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I've never played at the level you guys, but like, you know, you do your weights and stuff like that, but you could still reach pinnacles if you didn't do weights, you know what I mean? Or you didn't, you know, as long as you were sharp and you could run and be fit and, you know,
I suppose you need the speed, you need the endurance, you need to open the lungs up,
you know.
mental, you know, all the mental side of it as well. There's so much that goes with boxing and being a successful boxer, isn't there? Like,
it's hard, But I've always
what's the craziest thing you've done in training? Just like a bit of an alternative type way of training.
I do some random. I'll get up. Sometimes I'll get up and I'm just like, I'm going for a run. She's like, yeah, sweet, and I'll be like, I'll be back soon. And 4 hours later, she'll ring me. Well, and I'm like, oh, can you come pick me up? I'm 42 k's away.
Jesus.
I'll just randomly.
I'll just keep going.
And I did it for Selwood's brother.
That's. I do want to bring that up as well, which was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you know,
Selwood,
just
right?
man, look, I've had the pleasure of meeting him and at events and stuff like that. And, yeah, it's just sad, you know. And then when I saw it and heard about it, and you know, these parents have lost 2 sons from it. Our brother's lost 2 brothers from it. And I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, but the PR, we should be spreading this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got up on 2 days' notice, ran 21.5 Ks. I mean, I raised $70,000. You know what I mean? Like, and they gave you a 7-second clip on the news.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about a cat that can play the drums for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
This is the shit that annoys me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could be saving lives. Like, that could save lives. You know, we could be, and I'll put like things on my TikTok, like whenever you're down and out, just, you know, reach out, you know, if I can help in any way, or, you know, we should be helping. Life's hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough as it is.
It is.
And you got these people that get a little bit of power and they're like, oh, no, sorry, we can't promote this, but we're going to be promoting that. I'm like, well, I don't understand.
It's all about selling papers and clicks and views rather than what's important to us in life, isn't it, really, a lot of the time?
Oh, yeah, like I said, wherever I can help, I'll always put my hand up and a challenge for me. But I've done some pretty crazy.
You're a good man.
Crazy stuff.
Mate, where can everyone find you? Tell us about, you know, so it gets announced. When does it get announced, your fight? Next week?
Next Tuesday.
Wow. Yeah.
Next Tuesday, Fox Sports.
Sure you don't want to announce anything before you
can't,
go?
Sadly, I can't. I don't want to get any more trouble than I usually do. But it'll be a good fight. He's tough.
Righty. Huh?
Yeah. He just, you know, he walks forward. He's beaten some tough guys, but skills pay the bills. And I feel like, again, I'm on a different level. And even if they've got better skill, I always tell myself, I'll outwork you.
Yep.
You know, I'll make you make mistakes and I'll capitalize.
That's it.
Well, we're your number 1 and number 2 fans now.
Appreciate it. Likewise. I'm in a great watching you play footy, and my mum was a big fan. And might have had a little crush on you, maybe.
Say hi to your mum for me.
Yeah, but like I said, you guys are legends, and I appreciate you giving me the time. And you're doing great things. Like, this is the stuff we need. We need more of this, you know. And I know you guys.
When someone asks us from now on, do we say you're a good guy or a bad guy?
No, I'm a good guy. Like I said,
because I'm going to be saying you're a good guy. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I mean. People do defend me, like, nah, man, like, he's a great guy. But people that just see me, because they only see the press conference, or what Fox Sports put out there, or you know, I'll do a 10-minute interview and then they'll only grab one little snippet out of it of when I've said, oh, you know, Zoo's this, and not about all when I praised him. You know, even when I said about the Ricky Hatton and you know, I said Mickey Hatton, and I was praising, before that, I was praising Costa and I was praising Tim, and they only grabbed, Mickey Hatton's rocking up.
Yeah.
Went everywhere, got millions of this, and Jesus Christ, you know, and
it's the boxing theatre though of it all, isn't it?
You just got to have tough skin. You know, your inside's got to be stronger than your out.
And look, as a fellow Maltese person as well, it's nice to see you representing the country up there, mate. You were just quickly ricotta or Pizzelli pasta?
Ricotta. Only eat ricotta.
That's the way. That's the way to go.
My grandpa, my nanu used to.
Should I leave now?
He used to try to smash it, and I'm like, you know, I just can't eat them. I'm a ricotta man.
No, ricotta all the way through.
Malta's got behind me now, and I've hit the wall now in one of their restaurants as one of their famous dudes, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it should be good. Should be good.
Done.
Good stuff.
Mate, thank you so much. It means a lot.
You're a gentleman. Thank you. I appreciate it, boys. You're an absolute superstars.
Thank you. And we'll get ready for that announcement on Tuesday. Thanks. Guys.